Space, the final frontier.
This is the podcast State of the Federation.
Its continuing mission:
To preview strange new ships.
To seek out new builds and new combinations.
to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Welcome, citizens of the Terran Empire. I am your Caesar for today, Delta Angel Fire. See how I am evil and from the mirror universe thanks to my evil-looking goatee. Ha 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 ha. Reported on Xbox One. What? Get out of here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to State of the Federation. We will be looking at the Terran Empire's I.S.S. Enterprise today. Looking over some more plans for nationals in Maryland and perhaps in Canada too. Might be something to learn about. And last but not least, we will have our top 5 talents, along with our gracious friends and co-hosts. We have Tucker. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing very well and stroking my newly grown goatee. No, I'm serious. I actually made that call a couple weeks ago. So, yeah.
As well, any good Empire citizen should. It's required dress code these days, you know.
Mm-hmm.
David, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I don't have a goatee. I still have the full beard, but that's been girlfriend mandated, so I'm out of luck.
Not much you can really do about that.
No, but anything to make her happy. Yeah.
So if you have a beard in the regular universe, does that mean your counterpart should not have a beard?
Yes, that means that your counterpart should be clean shaven.
No, I refuse to believe that because I refuse to believe. I actually really like the mirror universe, and I refuse to believe in any good alternate reality in which Riker is clean shaven.
Yeah.
Well, okay, it's either clean shaven or very scruffy.
I don't know. I'm thinking about an alternate universe where Picard has long, blonde, flowing hair. And every time he goes up on screen to talk to somebody, someone turns on a fan in the other direction, so it just blows in the wind as an intimidation tactic. Oh, Big John brings up a point. Riker did have a crazy beard in an alternate universe.
We won't go back!
Oh,
we're doing top 5 elite. We're doing top 5 elite talents today. If you think that's not coming up, you got another thing coming.
I love that we've been on this show long enough that we now have running jokes.
Are your jokes running? Well, you better go catch them. Oh.
Yes.
Oh, see, Dr. Nikki also brings up Thomas Riker. He had a goatee. I'm not sure he's really evil though. He was more kind of chaotic neutral.
Chaotic good, if you believe in the cause of the Maquis. Thank you very much. Viva la resistance!
Excellent. All right, so let's get this show on the road. Starting with, of course, the namesake of all the jokes today, the ISS Enterprise. Maybe not the namesake, but the cause of everything.
Dum, 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 da-dum.
Alright, so ISS Enterprise, Terran Battle Cruiser class. Oh no, that's a lie. It's just a Constitution class. That makes me sad.
It should be a Terran Battle Cruiser class.
It is, however, a mirror unique, so you can have the ISS Enterprise along with the ISS Enterprise from the Prime Universe. Oh, wait.
Either the Tiny Prize or the refit.
Not to mention that they have different letters at the start of their names.
Eh.
All right. Stats for this lovely beast. We have 3 attack, 1 agility, 4 hull, 3 shields, same as the regular Enterprise. However, it comes with a tech slot, 2 weapon slots, 2 crew slots for the great price of 22 squadron points. Order yours new or used from Crazy McCoy's wild starship parking lot.
Yes, and before we get going too far, thanks to Sebastian in the Facebook group for the pictures, because, well, StarTrek.com fitting 4 in a row just sucks.
Yes, thank you, sir. I'm glad someone remembered the name because I forgot on the way.
I had to go look it up, but I promised him glory and honor, and, well, here's fame.
He is now a honored citizen of the Terran Empire. We'll name a planet after him.
We'll save your trip in the Agony Booth for last.
Exactly.
In the future, everyone will be a citizen of the Terran Empire.
Alright, last but not least, the I.S.S. Enterprise's special ability. When attacking a ship that you already have target locked, during the roll attack die step, gain +1 attack die. As a ship, I don't think it's pushing any envelopes. Having a tech slot is very nice, of course, because tech slots are one of the biggest opportunity costs in the game because we have so many awesome techs. But the ability is decent to good. Like, I love the balance of it, but it's not on a ship that's going to win you the day. I do like what this means for the card design, though.
So there is... Pardon me. I have a bit of a cough, so just bear with me. There is a ship in this pack, or a card in this pack, pardon me, that can only go on the named I.S.S. Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
Combined with the fact that this is a 4-hull ship that you don't have to pay a faction penalty for Admiral Worf on, and I'm actually pretty inclined to say that this may see some play. It will not likely see play as anything other than a carrier for that card and for Mirror Admiral Worf, but it may come into play, and since it might be there, you know, you could do a lot worse than this ability.
Mm-hmm. I would like to see more cards with similar abilities, since target lock is kind of not that good in the for the most part. I mean, it's fair enough if you don't have battle stations or whatnot, but I mean, you're never using it on secondary weapons because that's just terrible. But a passive ability, as long as you have a target lock, seems like something really cool to me. Maybe I'm just weird.
I mean, target lock is the second best action in the game after battle stations of the base actions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, of the action bar actions, let's say. And while battle stations is really good, you need both. Like, quality in this game is conversions and rerolls. It's not just one or the other. It's why Tactical Officer isn't just good enough for the Romulans. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there are cards in this pack that let you get both. And since, in my opinion, if you're not in a situation where you can't, you're playing against Cloakers or Hirogen with that one tech or something, you should be target locked most of the time if you are able. Assuming that your game plan doesn't involve some weird action thing. I mean, I think it's again, I will certainly agree it's not as good as battle stations, but I think it's a good action, and this just gives you an additional bonus for using it.
Oh yeah, the offensive actions, like we went over like way back in the early days of State of the Federation. Offensive actions are almost invariably always better than defensive actions just because of your ability to choose targets.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, more than that, just this ability might give target lock new use. It'd be nice to start seeing maybe some, I don't know, torpedoes you can fire with a target lock, but you don't have to spend the target lock.
Like Disruptor Pulse?
Do you have to have a target lock for that?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but like we were talking about last week when we were previewing the Gornaris, the targeted phaser strike that doesn't require a target lock seems a little silly. But if it required a target lock but didn't spend it, I mean, that would be pretty cool, and then you could still get a reroll off it and all that other good stuff. I don't know. I just
Let's not give them ways to make cards worse. How about that?
David, any thoughts?
No, I like it. I like that you're getting a bonus for your action.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a good thing in my book.
And you don't even have to spend it if you don't want to.
And I like that this ship, more than anything, really has made Mirror a full-fledged faction. If it wasn't before, it really is now.
Mm-hmm. Also, this is not an optional thing. So if you have multiple attacks off the I.S.S. Enterprise, this gives you an additional attack die for each of them.
Yeah, not a May in sight.
Although it is hard to find something that attacks the same ship more than once in a row. Most of them specifically say you have to target other ships. But, yeah. Other than that, the generic version, 20 points. Not too bad considering it still keeps the tech slot.
Yeah, this is going to be another Admiral Worf carrier, especially in ship pure environments. Pardon me. I don't know if I've ever said this, but I really, really hate the Surak. I hate running it, the generic Surak. It's just a weak ship.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can, Constitutions are already seeing play as fighter carriers. And this is a fighter carrier that Mirror Worf costs 2 points on without using your resource. Considering that you can, if you wanted to, for example, you could do something like Mirror Constitution with Worf, Mirror Constitution and Surak, and still run 3 fighters if you wanted to. That seems good.
Yeah, not too bad. 4 hull and 2 shields and 1 agility still puts it really close to 1-shot range. So I worry about that a little bit, but I mean you're gonna still have that problem regardless of what you're bringing along with if you're bringing just along fighter carriers.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can always evade, and that takes you a little bit out of the 1-shot range. If you're really worried about being 1-shotted.
That is true, because battle stations or target lock can be a little less useful when you only have 2 or 3 attack dice.
I mean, frankly, my best defense against getting 1-shotted is to attack them during that action phase and kill them first.
Murder them first. It's always good.
Right. Yeah. If you're up against spheres, though, you don't really have the option of 1-shotting them. So.
If only. Yeah, let's see. Constitution class has the same dial, so everything we're familiar with. It has the tiny prize dial. It does not have the refit dial, because the refit dial is actually slightly different. So, not too bad. Not too unexpected. And then after that, we have our glorious captains. Look at good old Leonard Nimoy with that goatee going. Good old Mr. Spock. I miss Leonard Nimoy. He was a cool guy.
I made myself sad.
That's okay.
I think Will made you sad.
He's still living on in a parallel universe as evil Leonard Nimoy, I'm sure. Yeah? Maybe? Come on. Infinite universes. Mr. Spock. 7 skill, 5-point mirror universe captain. He has a talent slot. This puts him. Does this put him on par with Riker, or is Riker 4 points? I'm pretty sure Riker was 4 points.
Let me open my handy dandy space talk, which I totally have right here.
Riker is 4 points.
7 skill, 4 points. During the activation phase, you may perform one of the actions listed on any of your upgrades as a free action. If you do so, place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. That's pretty nice, because we all love free actions.
This ability is friggin' amazing.
I would like it if it didn't have the auxiliary power token, but I think that included with the increased point cost makes it not broken.
Yeah, I mean, no, if this didn't have the auxiliary power token cost, this would possibly be better than Picard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is an amazing ability. Actually, it would be straight up. No, not quite, but yeah, no, this is a fantastic ability. I love it to death. It is totally balanced with the APT.
I like it, and he was someone you will probably want to be targeting with Modred to take him out if you run up against him.
Or another card in this pack.
Let's see. Next up, we have Captain James T. Kirk. Appropriate that he has a lower skill level than Spock. 4-point Mirror Universe Captain, 1 talent, 6 skill. Action. Disable up to 3 of your upgrades of your choice to gain +1 attack die on your next attack for each upgrade you disabled with this action. So he's taking the whole... we've seen this before with like Archer and some of the named ships and stuff, disabling things for attack dice.
Yeah.
He gets a lot. He can get a lot of them combined though, but...
Speaking of Archer, I'd rather have him.
Yeah, actual Archer.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was just thinking Mirror Universe Archer. It's like, we don't have that ship yet.
Well, next month.
Man, these things are releasing fast, aren't they? I can't keep up, Captain.
Basically, I mean, if you think about it, StarTrek.com has previews more weeks than it doesn't now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, this game is getting such an influx of material.
And this material, in theory, is coming out tomorrow.
Unless you're in the UK, in which case you have it already.
Is that where all the preview ones are coming from? The early releases?
Well, Sebastian was in Germany.
Gotcha.
Europe is the point.
Europe, yeah.
Because, the port delay we had, that didn't affect them.
That is true. Now, if only they got their nationals planned over there. Come on, WizKids, step it up.
Well, I think that's a distributor thing at this point, but yeah. Anyways, but yeah, WizKids should have nationals for Europe.
Indeed. Sorry, back on topic to James T. Kirk. Take Spock.
Take Spock.
Take Spock in honor of Leonard Nimoy. Take Spock because he's better than Kirk. Take Spock just because he's Spock, darn it.
It's like, if you want to use Kirk twice, you almost have to take attendance orders as your talent, which you disable attendance orders to remove up to 2 disabled tokens from your crew upgrades, and that doesn't really seem worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I can't think of anything other than, some kind of weird doctor combo to do with him.
Yeah,
just keep getting those.
Combo.
I don't know. Would 3 attack dice be worth it? Is there any weapons that this could add on? Because this is, yeah, this just says next attack. It doesn't say it has to be your primary weapon, at least. So, is there any really good secondary weapons we'd want to apply this to?
Dorsal phaser array, maybe?
That wouldn't be too bad.
Transphasics? No, because you already have to have the action spent. But
unless you're getting a free target lock somehow.
We need another weapon We need another weapon that's like the dang whatchamacallit, the energy dissipator. Maybe photon. Maybe the Kazon photon things that give auxiliary tokens or something. This would be great with Borg missile if it still did one per hit.
Oh, actually, meganometric guided charges.
Oh, that's
I'll
nice.
take 6 dice where you don't get defense.
Mirror Borg James T. Kirk.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a Mirror Borg starship even.
Oh yeah, look at that, Faction Pure. He's even on the Enterprise, just the wrong one.
And we have this generic guy that nobody cares about. Goodbye, generic guy that nobody cares about.
It's Pike.
Yeah, I was like, how is that a mirror captain? That's Pike.
Apparently they don't care about Mirror Pike.
Well, Mirror Pike had to be killed in order for Kirk to take over, so...
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay.
Omicron brings up phased polaron beam for use with Kirk.
Oh,
That might not be too bad.
that might be a thing. That circumvents one.
Mm-hmm. If one starts becoming a big thing.
If I want to do faction pure, I can use proton beam instead.
Gotcha, yeah, the Borg equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
That's only range 1 though, isn't it?
It is, but it's 3 dice.
Yeah, the Polaron beams are 3 dice at range 1 to 2 or 4 dice at range 1.
Are they?
And-
So they are.
And on the I.S.S. Enterprise 180 arc, that's not a bad option at all.
Can Polaron beam be used on a non-Borg? Probably. Maybe?
Yep. Proton. Both of them can be. They just cost 5 points for non-Borg or non-Jem'Hadar.
I don't know that I'd pay it, but...
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, it's probably not a good idea, but you can do it.
It's a thing.
You can put Kirk on the scout cube with like the crew flag captain or something, and get it on a 360. Pardon me.
And that just sounds a lot better. But,
Yeah.
I'm sure, and there's enough, you could find enough little 1-point upgrades that you could throw on there to give him to disable.
Yeah, you got Goval and Magnus Hansen in faction. You could also, I mean, if you ran it on Scout Cube 608 too, once they're disabled, you could discard them for extra maneuvers.
Mm-hmm. So surprisingly not that terrible, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely niche. Like, he's not, he's like he's not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or 10th captain I'd reach for, but it's not bad. There's stuff you gotta. The thing is, I guess, I'm not sure, because everything we're... Oh, no, because it's secondary weapons. This was a conversation we were having earlier. Secondary weapons are getting a little bit better. And, like, I guess because this guy works on secondary weapons, like, he starts to be more of a conversation.
Yeah. But... yeah, you want him to boost those middling weapons. You don't really need him to boost the, like, 10 attack die weapons.
Yeah, I mean, where he shines is weapons that have historically been ignored because the dice they roll are just too low. I feel like, isn't there a...
Let's see, phase Polaron beam. If you have a way of getting some extra crits in with him, like either with Kapla or... I don't know, maybe like a Drex McCoy combo or something like that. What's Dr. Nikki bringing up? Tuvok and Phlox?
No. You know, he might work with photonic charges.
Is that the one that adds the power token that's...
Yeah.
Photonic charges? Is that what they are?
Yeah, from the Kazon ones.
I keep thinking that's the weapon that the Doctor tried to use that didn't exist, but...
No, that is the photonic cannon.
We need a photonic cannon, okay? That's what we need here.
I really, really hope that's on that Mirror Voyager that's coming out. I hope that so much.
Warship Voyager. Yes. All
Yeah,
right.
Tucker, for a second, I just thought you referenced a Vidian weapon, and I was about to strangle you.
Yeah, we're not. No, we're not.
7-point grappler.
No.
No, it still sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, even with 7 dice, it's still not a thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at weapons here. Ooh, no, it's dice, right? It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not. It doesn't work with missile launchers.
I think we got a lot of good choices there. Let's go on to some of these.
The rest of the proof to the reader.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, magnetic pulse might be a thing.
We've got some lovely crew here. Pavel Chekhov. Look at that. Look at that hearty grin he has there. He's such a happy guy. Mirror Pavel Chekhov. 5-point Mirror Universe crew upgrade. During the activation phase, you may discard this card and your captain card to perform an action listed on your action bar as a free action. What? Or, as an action...
Something not terrible.
Action, if you performed a green maneuver this round, add +1 attack die when attacking with a secondary weapon this round.
No, I lied. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's still pretty terrible.
Yeah, this is what? This is 5 points?
5 points. Tuvok, even you're better than this.
This is just really bad. I mean, Jesus.
You're paying more for the ability to discard your own captain. Of course, now that we say that this is completely useless, we could, of course, have a card coming up in the future which infects your captain or mind controls your captain or something in some way. That would be kind of cool. And then you have to use Pavel Chekhov to get rid of them.
If they were going to do that, it would have been Thoughtmaker.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we like to think, but we could have that. What was it? Who was the Federation captain that got like taken over by an alien parasite and then his head exploded and Picard had to phase it?
The bluegills.
That could be a thing. Or the con earwigs that take over your mind.
This is SETI Alpha 5!
But yeah, at the moment, Pavel Chekhov is pretty terrible. He's even too many points for him to be like a disabled target for Kirk.
And
he's not even good to discard a generic captain.
No, he's not. And like the sad thing is, here's the really sad thing: is we just got a card that discards your captain to cancel a friggin' attack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is.
Sorry, Chekhov,
whatever.
You're not good enough for us. All right, next up. We have Battle-Scarred Hikaru Sulu. 4-point Mirror Universe crew upgrade. Action. Disable this card to acquire a target lock on an enemy ship within range 1 to 3, and then perform an action listed on your action bar as a free action. I mean, essentially, he's a free target lock action plus something else. Not bad, but we already have, like, well, he is a disable as well, so you could use him multiple times. So that's actually a lot better. The closest thing I was comparing him to was like Daikanu, who was 2-point, the 2-point Bajoran one that came with the prize ship. You just discarded him to take an action from your action bar.
Yeah, no, this is if you combo this guy with Mirror Spock, you actually get 2 actions every round.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like this is or like anything.
And you can still store up an action even. So like if for some reason you didn't have to disable and instantly use him the same turn, you could use Spock to Sulu for a target lock and like a battle station and still take a regular action like I don't know an evade or something silly.
No, you. Yes, you could if you did it. If you did the regular action before you used Spock.
Yeah.
He also works well. Actually, come to think of it, he works very well with Mirror Riker.
He works all right with Mirror Riker. If I remember correctly, the ruling was that the actually. Yeah, he should get the target lock from Sulu because it's not a free action. They ruled that free actions don't trigger Riker. But at least the target lock portion of it should work.
Yeah. And hold on, actually, Sulu. What does he say? You take the action. You take the action from the action bar as a free action.
Acquire a target lock and then perform an action bar as a free action.
Okay. So that won't. Yeah.
I mean, as far as action batteries go, this guy's not too bad.
And he's a crew member, which is nice. Normally, the action economy stuff you usually see on captains.
Mm-hmm.
Or tech. High energy sensor sweep.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. Or I'm sorry, or in the other case, it's usually like some kind of other disable or discard. Like compare this to Crew Riker. You disable to get an action from one of your people, or Crew Bashir, who you move a disable token to get an action, which is similar but different, of course, and doesn't see play ever.
Which is unfortunate, because I like Bashir. Not the card, the character.
He got better as the season went on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once he became a spy.
No, we're not getting holodeck. We're not getting holodeck adventures.
Oh.
That would be kind of fun, though.
That is the only kind of spy Bashir is.
Exactly, right?
Let's not have major spoiler.
Section 31 does not exist, sir.
Okay, you know what's even funny is I wasn't even talking about the Section 31 thing. I was talking about the third major Bashir is a spy plotline. Spoilers, but like that's really absurd when you get down to it. I didn't even think about that before.
Yeah, I was just referencing the 31.
Oh, I thought you meant the holodeck.
No.
And then, because there's the holodeck, and then there's Section 31, and then there's the other one that I'm not going to spoil because that's actually a really good twist.
Yes. Yes, it was.
All right.
Like, I mean,
so continuing, without our Spy Bashir card yet, and not a need to have a holodeck door to bring all these characters into play.
Can we also just point out for a second that, like, if WizKids released just an expansion pack of cards of, like, holodeck crew members, like Dixon Hill, Picard, and Sherlock Holmes Data, and, Spy Bashir, like, I would buy that so fast.
Then we would call them Decipher, and we'd have to call it the Holodeck Adventures.
I don't care.
Would we also get Captain Proton and Chaotica?
Obviously.
All right, so continuing on the cards we actually do have. Hikaru Sulu, he's pretty darn good. I like him. Next up,
he's worth the points. And you know what the best part is? He doesn't stop you from running Prime Universe Sulu.
Sulu and Sulu together.
That seems good.
Offense and defense. Nice.
Oh my God! Run it with Riker and Riker.
On the Regent's flagship, because that's the only way you're getting 4 crew slots.
You could take a fleet captain, and then you could also take Mirror Admiral Worf and Crewman Worf. Oh no, wait, they're both Mirror. Damn.
No, you could take a Prime Universe Worf.
Oh, there is a Prime Universe Crew Worf. I forget about them because no one likes them anymore.
There are a couple of Mirror Prime Universe. I don't even remember what they do.
One rerolls your attack dice, and one reduces your opponent's attack dice in range 1.
One is... No, it's terrible. I just looked.
Yeah.
The Federation Warp is not awful. I could see it happening.
Anyway, next up on the I.S.S. Enterprise, Marlena Moreau, 3-point Mirror Universe crew. One of your talent upgrades costs -1 SP, minimum 0. That's not too bad. It's like a free discount.
Yeah, so effectively, if you're running her with a talent, she costs 1 point.
2 points?
Yeah.
Is she 3 base? Then 2.
Yeah. Action. Add +3 to your captain skill until the end phase. Alright. Your captain cannot be affected by an enemy upgrade this round. This would have been magnificent up until the point we got Madred. Because Madred is a captain, he is not an upgrade, she does not protect against him.
Oh, it's not even just that. I mean, she doesn't work against Chang either. Not that anybody's going to run Chang anymore. The problem with her is that this is already a meta that incentivizes you for not running captains. Like before Madred even, and this is what I said when we saw Madred too. This is a meta where like the list to beat really is 3 diamonds with nothing. Nothing, And the solution to Captain Gank isn't spend an extra 2 points on a crew slot and your action every turn. It's don't run a captain.
Mm-hmm.
So this card is not going to be useful. If she didn't take an action, if she were cost for captains, I think she would be fair. But as it is, she's not, and not really worth playing, especially because, as Will said, she doesn't stop Madred.
Yeah. On the bright side, neither do cost and dispersion field. But things she would protect against would include Borg data from the prize ship, which was really good for the 2 minutes before we got other cards. And I'm still a big fan of the Thaleron weapon that she would have protected at least the captain from. And since Thaleron weapon is one shot only, then your captain's pretty much protected for good. But then we got Madred. So all is moot. Take cost instead. Alright. That's it for crew. We come to talents. And by talents, I mean one talent, which is actually a machine. Tantalus Field. 6-point Mirror Universe Tech. Disable this card to target a ship at range 1. Discard 1 captain or crew upgrade on the target ship of your choice. Place an auxiliary power token beside your ship. You cannot perform any free actions on the round you perform this action. This upgrade may only be purchased for the I.S.S. Enterprise. A lot of restrictions on there for a really pretty good ability.
Yeah, this ganks through shields. This ganks captains. And to my knowledge, aside from Madred, this is the only reusable gank in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, for captains at least.
What's reusable gank for crew?
Bring guards.
You didn't reuse bring guards?
Mm-hmm. They're a 4-point crew that it doesn't go through shields though. But they disable to kill a crew instead of discard.
Yeah.
Disable. Yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah, this doesn't disable your shields. Right?
That is true.
This is
Doesn't say anything about having to not be cloaked or all of that shenanigans. Downside here, the biggest downside here, I think, is that it may only be purchased for the I.S.S. Enterprise.
Which is a ship you might have to run Admiral Worf on anyway. I mean, to me, this is an acceptable card.
It puts a huge target on your card, though. I do not see that getting to range 1 unless you're also running something like Corba might maneuver.
So here's the deal. If I'm running this with 2 fighters, which I should be, and a Borg sphere, if they want to go after my friggin' I.S.S. Enterprise first, they can go ahead. They can absolutely go ahead. Because let me tell you, there are 2 ways to discard crew. One of them is ganking, and the other one is blowing up your ship.
Yeah.
Explode everything. And we'll get to more of that in the nationals discussion later. But yeah, it'll definitely, I think, have its uses. I think you'll probably love this card more than I will. I'll keep to Madred, who can do it at range 3.
Yeah.
Or possibly
Sorry.
range 6 as an admiral.
And what's the best way to field this card? With a fleet captain.
It's free.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. So yeah, very, very iconic. Pretty cool. Next up, we have a couple of weapons. You got your basic photon torpedoes, nothing special. Phaser Barrage. 5-point Mirror Universe weapon. 3 attack dice. Only works at range 3. Disable this card to perform this attack. During your roll attack dice step, if you roll at least 2 hit or crit results with this attack, roll 3 additional attack dice. Add all of the results from the additional die to your total for this attack.
Or I could run Disruptor Barrage or whatever it is.
So let's see. The downside to this, it only works at range 3. Disruptor Barrage. Does Disruptor Barrage work at range 3 or only 1 to 2? I think it's only 1 to 2.
Nope, that one's. I'm not talking about pulse. I'm talking about barrage. That's 1 to 3.
What's Barrage do again? I only remember the pulse.
It's the quantum variant that doesn't require a target lock. Works at range 1 to 3.
Gotcha. However, going back to our discussion on Mirror Universe Kirk, bringing your initial attack dice up from 3 to 6 makes it really likely you're going to get 2 hits or crits in there. So that will bring you up to 9 attack dice total for the most part.
Or I could just roll 9 attack dice from the beginning with Disruptor thingy.
And have range flexibility. Yeah.
Oh, just using Kirk?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't require target lock either, does it? It's just a disable.
Yeah, no, this is... Yeah, here we go. Disruptor beams. Range 1 to 3. Attack. Disable this card to perform this attack. For every damage the defending ship suffers from this attack, roll 1 attack die. If you roll at least 1 hit or crit result, add +1 damage. It is a slightly weaker quantum that works at range 1 to 3 with no target lock and costs the exact same number of points as this card.
Is it this one? That's not this one. Disruptor Beam, 5, 1 to 3.
Can add 1 damage.
Same point cost.
Yep.
Oh, that's sad then.
There is literally no reason to run this card.
Well, I mean, faction, but...
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go look up and see, what do I have in Mirror Universe that's better than this? I bet I have some things. Let's see. Oh, how about Fire All Weapons? 2 attacks. That sounds good. How about Dorsal Weapons Array? It's 360. How about Quantum Friggin' Torpedoes? How about Photon Torpedoes for the Negvar? No, those are actually terrible. Never mind. Yeah, no. This is not a good card.
Which is sad and unfortunate.
Aren't
It could have been. It's slightly better. Is it slightly better than the stupid one that came with the Gavroche? That had 3 pages of text on it?
Let me look that one up because I don't even remember what that one does.
It's a 3-die attack. If you roll all hits or crits, you can roll additional dice 1 at a time, max +3 each time you roll a hit, and you just add them on.
I'd rather have that because it works at range 1 to 3 and costs a point less.
So, Phaser Barrage, nice try, but not happening, unfortunately.
Now, if this had been a separate 3-die attack, that would be different.
Because there are ways to boost that even further.
Right,
Which
exactly.
would be nice. All right. And last but not least of the cards, we have Agony Booth. 3-point Mirror Universe tech. During the activation phase, you may discard this card to use an action listed on one of your crew upgrades as a free action, even if that upgrade is disabled. No ship may be equipped with more than 1 Agony Booth upgrade. It should also be noted that this is not a unique upgrade, so you could have all of your ships equipped with Agony Booths to keep your crewmen in line.
But why would you want to do that?
Because it's fun.
This is, look, so, I don't know. Tell you what, Dave, you're the one who really liked this card. You explain why you like it.
Well, I'm less sold on it now than I was. But this is a card that WizKids has to be very careful of going forward. That they don't put out a crew that requires it to be disabled that has some great action effect. My initial thought is that it's very exploitable with the Mirror Sulu that we saw. It's a very nice synergy right off the bat. Now, for 7 points total, that's a pricey combo. But what I'm saying is that if WizKids continues to put out crew that have action disabled to do stuff, they're going to have a problem on their hands with Agony Booth. So it's
I can already Phlox Beverly or Riker Doctor and get this effect every single turn.
Or at least something pretty darn close.
No, I understand. And I mean, the fact that Agony Booth is a discard makes it not completely broken. But it exists. And I just, like I said, I'm less sold on it now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still something that they need to be careful on.
It's a really good action burst card. So when you need like 4 actions in one turn.
Yeah.
Without taking the time to re-enable things. This goes on a ship you expect not to last past round 2 of combat.
Yeah, but the thing is, this ship, so this requires that it already be disabled in order to have any value whatsoever, which means you've probably already action bursted it when you use it. Because remember, even with this, you still cannot do the same action more than once per turn.
Oh yeah, but you could still have done it as like a free action with either Spock the last turn, or with McCoy, the Federation McCoy, which does almost the same thing.
Or you use Kirk to disable something, and then you Agony Booth it. Right? You don't have to use something's text ability in order for it to be disabled.
Mm-hmm.
So... And we just showed that Kirk is better than we initially thought. So there's potential out there.
I mean, this works as a mild counter to like Odo on a defensive side. But
and I went back through, and it's the same point cost as Odo. It's not a crew, it's attack, and it's better than Odo. Because it doesn't force you to discard your crew.
Oh, you're talking Mirror Odo. I was talking about an opponent's independent Odo.
Oh.
Yeah. They use it on your crew, it disables it, they get the ability, but you can still use it because you have Agony Booth.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But yes, that is a good point that you make there, that of a similar effect already in Mirror Universe. But, being the only real, useful, non-unique card in this pack, I feel that makes it that you don't really need 2 of these.
No. I still think you only need 1.
Agreed.
So, pack as a whole has some pretty darn good stuff in it. I really do like Mirror Spock. The ship definitely, as Tucker went over, it definitely has some uses. So this is going to be a pretty good pickup for a Wave 13. Compared to the other 2 ships, the Reklar and the Gornaris, I don't know. I think this is maybe my 3rd choice. I think I need. I think I would go each of the other 2 first, this one, and then maybe a second Gornaris. Do I need the Reklar? I don't even know. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, Madrid.
I
would be going Reklar, Gornaris, this Gornaris again.
I would actually pick up 2 of the other ones before I'd get this.
Yeah. I like 2 of the Gornaris just for the shield thing.
Well, I like 2 of the Reklar for the aft weapon.
Mm-hmm. I like the Reklar first and foremost because of Madrid.
Yeah.
He is a card that is going to disrupt your opponent so heavily that they're going to cry. And if you make your opponent cry in the middle of the game store, you better be buying them a candy bar or something. Don't be a bully, people. We are nice people.
Buy your opponent a candy bar anyway. It's good practice and it supports your game store.
It is. And might get more
It
people.
tells me something when this is the third pack in a wave that you want, because this is still a pretty good pack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this has some good cards.
Mirror Spock and Mirror Sulu more than justify the purchase of this pack.
Oh yeah. And the ship itself is not bad. And I mean, Tantalus Field, if it wasn't for Gul Madred, we'd be oohing and awing about Tantalus Field.
Mm-hmm. Now here's the one last thing. Have we seen pictures of this pack available at like Gamma or something? Is this
Why do you ask?
Is this a tiny prize Mark
It's
II?
a
Yes,
tiny prize.
it's a tiny prize.
Man, that makes me sad.
Yeah.
I was hoping at least they would use like the Enterprise refit model or something closer.
Actually, what I'm really disappointed about is it still doesn't have a rear arc.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. It's still got its 180-degree arc and some pretty darn good movement. But yeah, that is the ISS Enterprise for all of our Terran Empire subjects. Oh, I forgot to actually turn on the picture for it while we were going through it. Oh well. There it is. Why do I have two of these? All right. Next up on the agenda, we are going back to Nationals.